It's not always easy to take action. However, it is vital that you do, even after having lived years in defeat. What if I told you that the system for which you have become accustomed might not have your best interest? Growing up, we had a saying that your strength is also your weakness. Allow me to demonstrate how I discovered this truth. To give you some background, my passion is the law. I have over 25 years of working as a legal professional with a lifelong desire to obtain my law degree. Today, I am one exam away from obtaining my degree. My father was a lawyer. My sister is a lawyer. My passion is the law. But have you ever had to challenge your passion? On one occasion, I opened up my Outlook only to read an email from a lawyer requiring me to take action or else there would be consequences. My initial thoughts and reaction, I considered the negative outcome if I did not respond immediately. The embarrassment, not having enough money, or no money at all. All the dreaded fears consumed me. I paused, took time to reflect, and I logged off. After a few days, I logged back in. I crafted my response to that lawyer, and I said, I will not be responding to your request. And please relay the message to your client that they can do with their money whatever they please. Wow, that was a bold move. That meant that that person would not have the information they wanted in order to make an informed decision. For me, that meant I was no longer responding to my fears. I was no longer allowing other people to determine how much money I was entitled to receive. And I was making sure the next time I saw a lawyer's name or letterhead in my inbox, it would not trigger any fear. I had finally woken up to realize that I was making most, if not all, of my decisions based on my fears. I feared losing my job, so I would go the extra mile, even though I was exhausted. I feared letting down my colleagues, so I showed up as a model employee. When it comes to the law, why do people fear the courts and the police? Well, it's because people fear letting people down, losing their job, making mistakes, looking incompetent, the embarrassment, being judged or blamed. People fear having to provide personal and confidential information. Don't we all fit into these categories one way or another? Whether you're wealthy or not, you fear looking bad in front of other people. What length have you gone to, and how far will you go to look your best? So you hire a lawyer, pay top dollar for what money can buy, only thinking to win your argument to be right. Indian citizens fear the courts and the police in family dispute over property, land grabbing, and insurance claims. Due to the length of time they take to resolve, 10 to 15 years. They fear the lack of accountability on judges who make improper decisions. In Canada, the number one factor influencing public perception of the criminal justice system is the fear of crime. On average, 31% of adult Canadians report being afraid. Women are more likely than men to report being afraid, of 41% versus 12%. The fear of crime also varies with geographical location, with levels of fear lowest in Atlantic Canada at 14% and highest in British Columbia at 39%. Now, you might have noticed there's a shift in my decision making. On another occasion, I arrived home. In my office, there was a brown envelope on my desk. Out of curiosity and a sense of thinking this isn't going to be good, I picked up the envelope, opened it up, pulled out the content. It was a legal document requiring me to go to court. My initial thoughts and reaction, I considered the negative outcome. The embarrassment, not having enough money, or no money at all. All the dreaded fears consumed me. I paused, took time to reflect. I took the document, returned it back in the envelope, placed it back on my desk, and I walked away. After a few days, I returned, picked up the envelope, pulled out the content, and I ripped that document into about 10 pieces, dropped it in a smaller envelope, addressed it back to the sender with no return address, and I dropped it in the mail. I know, it was not the responsible thing to do. I'm supposed to do whatever a lawyer tells me to. Not today. Now, I'm not suggesting that you rip up every legal document that you receive, but I am suggesting you check your motive. Why are you responding the way that you are? These newfound decisions I was making, it was because I was taking my power back. And I did. I have accepted the fact that people will do whatever is in them to do, regardless of my actions. I have learned that if somebody wants to hold me responsible for their disappointments, their setbacks, and where they are in their life, it is more important that I keep my peace, my health, and my confidence than to engage in a legal battle to defend my innocence for something I am not guilty of. Nelson Mandela was sentenced to life in prison. He spent 27 years for opposing South Africa's apartheid system. In 1993, he won the Nobel Peace Prize for peacefully destroying the apartheid regime and for laying the foundation for democracy. Is it any wonder why we are so quick to bring a lawsuit without a second thought? Our courts are backlogged, struggling to keep up with a floodgate of people who refuse to have difficult conversations, who refuse to put other people's needs before their own. We live in a system of people who have lost their humility, only wanted to be right and in control. Law has the power to change people's lives, and for the worse. I sincerely hope that the next time you receive a legal document, you would check your motive to see what fears you are responding to. Law is meant to serve for justice, not for fear and intimidation. Allow people to bring out what's really in them and see what happens. Confront those fears. Imagine if we lived in a community and we choose not to fight legally, physically, verbally, or emotionally. Instead, pause, take time to reflect, walk away, then come back, make those phone calls, arrange those meetings, have those difficult conversations, put other people's needs before your own. Take care of yourself and those closest to you. And stay to the end of those conversations until you come up with a reasonable outcome. Will you choose to endure the discomfort? You'll be stronger and better for it. I did. Will you choose to put other people's needs before your own? I did. Will you choose to forgive those who have wronged you? I did. Take your power back. Thank you.